Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, and in today's video we're going to be answering the question, did General Grievous have a wife? We were first introduced to General Grievous in 2005's Revenge of the Sith. Ever since then, the Star Wars community has been speculating about different aspects of his backstory. We know that he was a Kaleesh, and as such, we must ask the question, what was his life like before? Clearly he wasn't always this cyborg. And one of the questions that came up in my mind the other day was, did General Grievous have a partner? Did he have a wife? Before I get into the video guys, please may I ask you to hit like on this video, to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also please consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. For just $2 a month you get exclusive access to content that's not found here on YouTube. Now back to the video. I did a lot of research about General Grievous's story and his backstory, specifically with regards to the relationships he had in his past life as a Khalil. Now it turns out that there are two sources which kind of contradict each other, but in a way they also complement each other. In the comic book called Star Wars Visionaries, 10 Exciting Tales from the concept artists who helped create the movie Revenge of the Sith, it is pretty clear that General Grievous, just like other Kaleeshs, was polygamous, meaning that he had several wives. One of the wives that they list was a female called Gravelin. I'm not going to go too much into her because there's not very much information that's interesting nor useful for this video, but I am going to speak about the second source, which talks about the fact that he got very close to Rondaroo Lige Kumar, who was a Kaleesh herself. Rondaroo Lige Kumar was a Kaleesh female and a close confidant of Kumian J. Shilal, who obviously became General Grievous. Her origins are largely unknown, believed to hail from the Grudgeloo ice mass at the far south of the home planet of Kali. She claimed not to belong to any one Kaleesh tribe, but to be a descendant of the gods. Rumours abounded regarding her true background, and some believed that she never existed. A talented swordmaster and hunter, she worked as a wandering mercenary, hiring her skills to different tribal chief chains on Kali. Kumar later met the Kaleesh warrior Shilal while hunting in the Kunbul jungle, and the two became steadfast companions. Outsiders did not know the full nature of their relationship, with some speculating that they were lovers, or that Kumar was Shilal's long-lost half-sister. Kumar joined Shilal in his battles against the alien Kamri, who had attempted to colonize their homeworld, fighting by his side in his campaigns too numerous to count. The two were considered invincible when fighting together and had a reputation of twin demigods amongst their people, but when separated, they were considered less deadly in combat. This led to Kumar's downfall, separated by Shilal while fighting Yamri on the beaches of Yinhua Sea. She was killed and her body was dragged out to sea. A devastated Shilal failed to retrieve her body, subsequently going on a pilgrimage to Abesmi and beginning a path of bloodshed and despair that would last his entire life. He took the name Grievous to signify his grieving existence, ultimately becoming a vicious warlord and later the supreme commander of the separatist droid armies. So I guess we have to ask the question, what do we learn from this story? Basically, Grievous's story is one of tragedy. He lost, potentially, the love of his life. And I know it said that there was speculation regarding if his relationship with Kumar was a romantic one, but we have to accept the fact that that's what the subtleties within the stories were, that he was deeply in love with this person who he considered his confidant, but also his lover. So while it wasn't General Grievous's wife per se, or one of his wives, that was the closest that General Grievous ever experienced to true love. Now, while the relationship that Grievous had with this woman was actually very ambiguous, we have to turn to the illustrator and the creator of this character to really understand how Grievous saw Kumar. So just to let you know that the character of Kumar was created by Abel G. Pena for the Unknown Soldier story of General Grievous, which was published in Star Wars Insider 8 in February of 2006. But it was actually a man called Joe Corney who illustrated the art for Kumar. She was later featured in the story of General Grievous, Lord of War, an online supplement to Insider 86. Now there is a direct quote because he did actually receive a lot of questions regarding General Grievous and also the character of Kumar, so this is a quote from him. He writes, "The relationship between Kiman, which is General Grievous, and Rondaroo was a specific kind of ambiguous. Are they boyfriend and girlfriend? Maybe. Are they half-sister and half-brother? Maybe. Are they both? Well, also maybe, because Kaleeshs are like that. So that's really a direct quote from him, which really doesn't answer the question much, but it leaves it up for interpretation. Another thing to note about this character, this female Kalish, is that he deliberately reduced the femininity in the way he was drawing her so that she wouldn't have a bigger bosom or big breasts, just to reduce the ambiguity of sexuality and romanticism. But it also leaves it open as well, because who wants to be, sexualized like that? So that's basically the story of General Grievous and Ronderu Kumar. And like I say, while General Grievous was not the husband of this character and she was not his wife, it was his true love ultimately at the end of the day, if you really read it properly and you interpret it in that specific way. In terms of the other wives he may have had in his previous life, who knows? And to be honest, that's an open-ended question in terms of canon. So that's basically the video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I just want to let you know that I received a lot of questions after the Darth Maul pooping video to do a General Grievous pooping one. I do have a video ready about General Grievous and his digestive system and his food, and it does kind of cover that, so I do recommend that you check it out. It is up on the screen now, so please go click on that if you're interested. Other than that, please may I ask you to hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and as always, I'm Star Wars Meg, and I wish you a fantastic rest of the day no matter where you are in the galaxy, and thank you to all of my patrons. Have a good one.